Alright guys, so moving on with ellipses, we have a word problem. So let's go ahead and read it and then we'll talk about how we're going to set this word problem up. It says a road passes through a tunnel to form a semi-ellipse. Engineers must make the tunnel twice as wide and 1.5 times as tall as the original in order to accommodate more traffic. Right? If the original can be modeled by the equation, and then they give you this equation of an ellipse, right? Find the equation of the new tunnel. So to the right here we have a tunnel, right, and we have our semi-ellipse modeling that tunnel, right, and this is of the old one. They're building a new one. So we have to create a equation of this new tunnel. Now we're given the equation of the old one right here. Now our first step that we should do is determine what type of ellipse are we dealing with here, right? Are we dealing with a horizontal or a vertical? And again, go back to what we talked about. You're looking at the bigger of the two. So right here, 81 is bigger than 64, right? So that tells me that this must be my a squared value and this is my b squared value, okay? And notice that my a squared value is underneath my x, hence it's going to be a horizontal ellipse here. So we're dealing with a horizontal ellipse, meaning it has a horizontal major axis, right? And let's talk about what our a and b value is going to be here, right? So we're saying that 81 is a squared, right? So for example, a squared equals 81 and b squared is equal to 64. Well, if I just want to find my a and b value, right, I'm going to take the square root on both sides. So a here is going to be plus or minus 9. However, we know that we're dealing with a distance here because we're talking about the vertice going to the center, right? The vertice going to the center. That's a distance, right? So we're only picking the positive one here, so this will be 9. Okay, our b value, again, will be, in this case, plus or minus 8. Okay, but again, we're only picking the positive, so we're just going to have positive 8 here. Okay, and again, that's talking about the distance from the co-vertice, right, to the center. All right. So we have our a and b values. So let's just work with the a value, right? Let's figure out the width of this original tunnel, right? So the width is going to be from here to here, or in other words, 2 times a, right? Well, I know that a is equal to 9, right? So if a is equal to 9, 2a must be equal to 18, okay? So looking at this here, right, we know that the width of the original is going to be 18. However, what does it say here? It says they want to make a new tunnel, right, that is going to be, and it says twice, right, the tunnel twice as wide, okay, as the original. So if this is the original, we need to make this twice as wide. So all you're simply going to do here is do 18, right, times 2. So do 18 times 2, you get 36 here. Okay, so the width of our new one, okay, will be 36. So for example, here's our new width equal to 36. Okay, and if I just want to find my a value here, right, well, I just divide both sides by 2. So 36 divided by 2 is going to be here, 18. So my a value of my new tunnel is going to be 18. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for our b value. Okay, so let's take a look at our b value. So let's erase this word. We know that a is going to be 18. Okay, b in this case, right, we want to make it 1.5 times as tall as the original. So here's my original, right? So here it is. We're going to just simply multiply this by 1.5, right? So if you do 8 times 1.5, you're going to get 12. So our b value of our new one is going to be 12. All right. And all we simply have to do now is just plug it into our equation, right? So if you forgot the equation of a horizontal ellipse, it's the following: x squared all over a squared plus y squared all over b squared equal to 1. All we're doing is plugging these values in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So x squared, right? A squared here, so 18 squared. What do we get when we do that? So 18 squared, we're going to get 324. So we're putting 324 here. right, plus y squared. Okay, what's my b value? It's going to be right here. Right, so 12 squared we know is going to be 144. And this is all equal to 1. This is going to be my new equation, okay, for the new tunnel. Okay, so this again is going to be our equation for the new tunnel. All right, and that is it.